kingdom power of self-government. I want everyone to listen very carefully. Self-government, the original purpose and principle of personal leadership. Your life is your call, and your calling always has life in it.
The world class.
What's going on? This ain't one of them normal ones I do. I've been organizing so much. Let me see if my shit even, I'm going on. All right, I'm testing stuff out, man. Working to get better. Let me look at the back office. Good day to y'all. How you doing? How everything is? How the babies in them? I'm about to go get my son in like a little bit, and like I'll probably be out of here like 3:10, 3:15, like an hour from now. I just want to do some testing. That's all. So I'm gonna drop the link or whatever. And damn, I forgot what I was looking at. Drop the link. Anybody want to come and promote their shit, they can. Just testing out stuff. How to work this OBS a little bit better. I think I kind of figured out some things. I think I have. I don't know. I'm really here. You know how people be doing their lives, but you be thinking it's sometimes you be thinking it's pre-recorded. It's not. No, it's not pre-recorded. I've seen like 5 people. I be thinking like maybe it's a pre-recorded or whatever. But I'm just trying to get right and get like y'all big time YouTubers. I ain't making no noise, man. Just taking it one day at a time. Trying to stay above boil a little when the creek don't rise. With my ghetto ass. I'm adding in sound effects.
Okay, what?
And stuff. That's my son. I want to go back over this. It's like it ain't but so much you can do when you're not live, so I can't really like practice. I mean, it's certain things I can do, but it's
boy, ain't no way,
so
boy.
much you can do.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
All right.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So I'm testing out my
boy, ain't
sound
no way,
effects.
boy.
I gotta add some sound effects.
Boy, ain't no fucking way.
Actually, let me add some sound effects, man. That one. I need to put that one in. Let y'all hear it as a couple of things I meant to do. But for now, I know y'all hit the mouse. I'm working to fix that next.
Fake. Most of the stuff in here is fake.
Definitely hit the like button.
Weak.
That helps life.
Boom, the world class.
Shout out to Jessica X. Charlie Murphy. Y'all think of the sound effects? Sound effect. Like a little sound bite or whatever. Definitely let me know. I got all ghetto antagonistic ones and shit. I'm about to go get my son. So I'll be on the road for a little bit. Just testing stuff out, to be honest. I don't got no topic. There's a lot to talk about, though. Yeah, that's what this live stream is. It's just fucking crickets right now. I'm playing these, but I can't hear them. But I know y'all can hear them. But hold up, y'all might not be able to hear them. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Look.
There's one way for me.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look
Big
at this.
Mike drop is going live later today. I'll be on his channel tonight at 8 o'clock. Move my damn pleat the damn way. It'll be all right. And so I'll be there. That's why I'm not going live. Sound effects sound cool. All right, cool. Now I was about to set the laptop up and everything, and I didn't even know. It's just certain little settings. Like I'll be doing so much at one time. Trading, working, researching, hopping on people's lives, building, You got the stream stuff, then you got the edit stuff. I'll be forgetting. So, yeah. I mean, I can play him in here. Like, I can play him from this end. And
Fake. This stuff in here is fake. Weak.
like people be doing on their lives, I can play them shits. But oh yeah. I need to make that one too. What's up, XL Pro? What's going on, bro? By the way, I appreciate you. Definitely helping out. So I want to get the stream right, Burden myself to play at a high level. I'm gonna get there. So I'm just entering my sophomore season on this YouTube shit. So,
This whole thing is a circle, but not a real circle, more like a freaky circle.
This doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes sense here, man. The only thing that does make sense is that nothing makes sense.
I don't have that already. Let's get that shit done. I'm literally like uploading to my soundboard right now. I'm tripping, bro. All right, here we go. Oh, there go.
Exactly, nigga. I go hard, cuz you don't want to fuck with me.
Music. Copy. Bam. Man, if you haven't, y'all gotta go check out there's 2 lives you gotta go check out. You gotta go check Melanated and Candid Productions. They live last night. That shit was hilarious. Mr. Palmer's channel, Mr. Palmer's live last night. That shit was out of control. Man, him, a guy named Troy, and Simply Diva. Their stories at the end of the stream was crazy. Again, go check. I'll be on the Big Mike drop. I don't think he posted nothing yet, but I know he's going on at 8 o'clock tonight. So definitely check him out. Just getting this sound shit together right now. About to play a couple videos. See how they sound, because part of what I'm doing is I had made a couple videos. I was doing some changes in how I play videos on here, and I want to see how it sounds. So, like, while I get off here at like 3:10, I'm go get my son from school. I'll drive all the way across town and shit. Listen to it over. But just want to make sure I got these sounds in. Let me see.
Exactly, nigga. I go hard, cuz you don't want to fuck with me.
My nigga.
Motherfucker. It was one I missed. When I get home. I think I played all them shits up here.
Look.
Got the Kevin Hart
Look
shit.
at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Oh, we got somebody coming. What's up, Zone? What's going on with you, bro? Hold up. I might hear that. Tell me if you hear echo when you speak, bro.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear? Is it an echo when you speak?
Yeah, it's an echo.
Okay. All right. I know what's going on. Hold on. 1 second. That's a part. I'm glad you came up because that's a part of what I got to fix. That's a part of what I got to fix. I know how to like stop it, but I got to learn how to implement it. I want to be able to change that shit. What's going on with you, bro? Should be good now.
Shit, chilling, man.
Better now, right?
It's okay. Wait, now I hear myself echoing.
You hear yourself now. Okay. Now you know what? Okay. I know what that is. All right. All right. How about now? Say something now.
Mic check, mic check.
Do you hear you?
Wait, mic check, mic check. Yeah, I still hear.
Still hear you. Okay. Let me.
I still hear an echo.
See, we struggle streaming, bro. That's what you got to struggle. You have to struggle stream. That makes you.
Hey, you got to struggle stream to figure it out.
Oh, you know what? So I'm better now. You should be better now, right? You know what it is? I know what it is. That's what the fuck is going on, my nigga. Got you. That's what's going on. Isn't you don't hear it now, do you?
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, don't do it on this one.
I do. I hear.
You-
Well, I hear myself.
Yeah, you will hear you when you talk. That's what I'm trying to eliminate. All right.
I
Say it again. 1 second. Yeah, is this better?
Mic check, mic check. That was a little bit better. That was
It's
a little bit
better.
better.
A little better. Okay. That's what I really gotta get together. I'm really trying to get the audio together right now. The audio is my
okay.
problem. The audio is it's fucking my head up right now. I can still play the sounds no matter what. I can play the. You can hear it, but I can't hear it. That's a part of why it's fucking me up because I can't actually hear it. And I do got headphones and everything. What the hell
Yeah.
is that? When my son comes, he be using them. So I got headphones. I'm trying to get the audio shit together. What's going on with you though, bro? What you got going on?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Chilling, trying to get through this workload with these patients.
Take patience. Take patience. Motherfuckers is especially on a Friday. Take patience to deal with people, man. Especially people in pain. That's it's tough
Man,
business.
they annoying, man. They're annoying.
They gotta be. Everybody turning to babies. So that's probably what that was. That's probably what that was. I think I kind of figured out what that problem was. So you still at work now?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I work from home, so I be
Well, that's what's up. Thank God for that. Look at some videos, man. Yeah, when let me see, play a couple more sounds. So many things to incorporate that you can do. I mean, I got Windows.
Exactly, nigga. I go hard,
like
cuz you don't want to fuck.
it's like a
It's a
delay.
delay. It's a delay. See, that's why you gotta go live. So you gotta put it in real time so you can make some decisions. Let me see if the delay is on in the. Cause I'm using OBS. Like you can do a lot of slick shit with OBS. And anything, man. You can the screen. You can.
Oh, okay.
I can do this. Oh, you just hear me just now?
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, it's a serious delay then. The fuck? Fuck is that about? YouTube, stop fucking with me. All right, what is a storm? Like, I'm Maryland. We got like a storm coming, so could this be the internet? Even though all my bars and everything look good. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if you can play this. Let's see if you can look at. All I do is video. I'm gonna play first. See if you can see these videos. How clear they come through. Let me play Shorty. I play this first.
Storylines in so many shows today. I was watching an episode of storylines in so many.
How's that coming through?
The video straight.
Okay. But my audio,
the video.
But my audio is coming in delayed. Like my mouth and sounds not matching.
Right. Like when you speak on the video, it's like the words come like a minute later. Or 30 seconds later, I should say.
Ain't that a bitch? That's a lot. That's intense. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on, let me check it out. I was good yesterday on Palmer Show. I got both things, right? Let me just play this.
Thank you. Storylines in so many shows today. I was watching an episode of You where measles came up. Wait. When did I mention measles? I don't know. It was on You. What was on me? What are you talking about? Right? I never had the measles. What's on You? We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke? I know what you're talking about. It was on You. It was on You. I've never had measles. What are you talking about? It's stupid. It was an episode of a show. What's it called? You. It's called You. I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We gotta get up. It's a show called You on Netflix. There's a show called Luring on Netflix. Never mind. I'm moving on to Adele.
That nigga was pissed, bro. He was like, "Yo, what, bitch? What? What?"
It's funny because because of that echo, it's like I'm hearing it like triple double. So it's hilarious.
Closer echo. I'm trying to figure it out. All right, let me look at this. Let me look at this. You hearing it? So you're hearing it triple. I changed one thing, but I didn't change the other thing. Okay, we might
or double, I should say. It's like I don't know. Like when it's a lot, it seems like it's triple. It might be double, but it's more than one time.
So is it better now? No, it's not. No, it's clearly not. Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
So
Still an echo.
This is okay. Okay, so if I switch and I change my mic, I got two settings on my mic. That's what the problem is. And two different settings. I got like, and I have to decide. Okay, I think I'm figuring it out. I appreciate you helping up on here, bro. Helping me out.
Oh man, it's no problem at all.
What I think I have to do is, and I think sometimes I'm not saving the settings that I have. I'm just leaving out. I have to I have to cancel I have to quiet the mic on OBS. Mute the mic on OBS, and it'll just play the sounds. Because I know you can hear me now, right? It's much better now.
This sounds like an intellectual conversation with the world class with themselves.
We should get somewhere then. We should get somewhere. So it's actually it's echoing. That's what I needed to go. So the down south says the audio is good for us. It could be you, but I can't. I don't know because I've been having.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
You
Wait.
you might have it playing in the back.
Let me refresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Nonetheless, that's still something decent. So I'm using OBS. And all I'm using OBS for is the virtual.
Oh man, you know what? That was me. I had a little setting on my mixer here that I got,
and it was playing. Yeah. You probably got going on what I need to have going on.
Yeah, it was. I had
let's
a little delay on
let's run through. Let's run through a little bit because I want to play them funny. It's some stupid ass videos. Let's run through this again. All right. So how do I sound now?
My bad.
Yeah, for sure. You messed me up, Zoe. No, you good.
Damn.
So I'm good now, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right, let me try this. All right, well, let me try this. Is there echo now?
No echo. No echo.
Okay. No echo here now either, right? Perfect. Okay. All right. Hey, down
Damn,
south.
I feel bad. I took you through all that, and that was my settings. Damn.
Because it seemed like this shit was getting worse and worse. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
You like, man, I'm about to have
knew
to pull
something was
Professor
wrong,
Xavier.
Yo, I've had so many problems last couple of days because I got a good idea what I'm doing, but I got one problem that I can't hear what's going through the OBS. Like I can play these sounds, but I can't physically, like I can't actually hear it because it's streaming straight from the soundboard out, and it's not coming through this way. It's not coming through my speakers or whatever. The two people in the track, and one of y'all let me know if it's good or not. Tell me what you hear, because I think the video is gonna be fine. That's just straight playing the video through StreamYard. Other thing is like I don't want no more feedback. Because like my last live when I listened through it, it's some popping going on. I don't know why the fuck this should be popping. There's some popping happening. It's fucking up the delay, so I'm trying to get down. It's really for the audio. So I was changing up some of the settings that I had in my video when I play videos or whatever. So we not
What kind of? You said you heard popping in the video?
It's like some crackling type of interference. It's like an interference.
Is it when you speak or when you're playing videos?
It was when I was speaking. At first, I thought it was my phone was too close to the mic, and like that frequency might interrupt the mic.
Yeah,
I thought that was that. But then it was one time it was doing it, and I know the phone wasn't near me. So it's something through OBS. I done fucked up with something else because now my damn video not playing.
Nah, I haven't used OBS, but I know like with OBS, like I heard Angry Man. I think I'm not sure if he's still using OBS, but I know he started having some major problems like with OBS. Like it got to the point where his stuff was messing up like midstream and causing him to have to restart and stuff like that.
You don't hear no video playing, do you?
Nah, it's just you.
What about now?
I mean, I see a video on the screen, but I don't hear it.
Let me see. Let me try something real quick. Trying to get an understanding. How about now? You don't hear no music playing, right?
Nah.
That's what's up. All right, got that part covered. I was fucked up. For a second. That's what's up. All right. We're fucking making progress, nigga. We're doing some shit now. We're getting it. Yeah, so
hey, that stream that I didn't get to catch the whole live from Mr. Palmer yesterday, but I caught like the last like 25 minutes. Because I heard you talking about it when I came in. Yeah, those two situations was crazy with the chick and the dude.
That shit was crazy, bro. That
This
shit was
this
wild.
this guy said a woman who is not his children's biological mother got custody of his children.
I wanted to do a review of that, but I'm gonna wait on that one and until Mr. Palmer do the interview with him. He might do it today or something like that. That shit was I've never in my life heard no that shit crazy.
And then
made me uncomfortable.
yeah, man. And then when you came to the conclusion, when you and Mr. Palmer came to the conclusion of like why y'all think the oldest one is like so hesitant or like rebellious not to go, that would have never crossed my mind.
Yeah, we came to it at the same exact time. We like, yo, yeah, Shorty is she said woman is touching that little girl. She was fucking her.
It's so crazy, man, because like, you know, have you seen Antoine Fisher, that movie with Denzel? I'm sorry, is Denzel? Yeah, it's Denzel in it and Derek Luke, and Derek Luke is a sailor in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's that movie is about, I guess, him not being able to trust and him having a hard time going through life because of the trauma that happened to him in his childhood where he was touched inappropriately by a woman.
Yeah, it happens a lot, especially with chicks. It's worse when they are touched by. There's a lot of women that's been molested by a woman, and they be the worst hoes you can imagine. And they constantly, they be the worst ones you can imagine, bro. They be the worst ones, man. I'm telling you. Just like, I don't know why chicks just start talking to me. Like, they just be telling me shit, and it's just shit, weird as shit to me. But they be telling me the craziest story. The prettiest chicks be having the craziest stories. Craziest stories. That should be wild, bro.
They do, man. And yo, what was funny is my little bro, he graduated high school yesterday. I went to his graduation. And but it's funny because when I look at him, man, because he's 18, I'm 33, so there's like a significant age difference. Yeah. But I almost kind of look at him a little bit like he's my son, like he's my child a little bit, but I'm his big bro. But it was crazy because like it's thousands of people at this graduation, and I'm looking at like a lot of the young ladies, a lot of the young girls that go to that school. And because I'm not really in an environment where I'm around a lot of young people like that. And I was the way that some of them was like dressing, you know, like just how they're so advanced with, you know, making themselves look, like 5 years older, you know, how they wearing, you know, how they wearing certain clothing. Like, I mean, these girls are, you know, sophomores and juniors, and you know, and they wearing the eyelashes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, in my mind, you know, because I'm a father, so I'm always in father mode. Like when I think about young people, I'm always in father mode.
Facts.
In my mind, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, some of y'all are going to be good. A lot of y'all are going to be bad. A lot of y'all are going to treat men badly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can already get that sense in high school just looking. And I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but it's kind of like it's with the stuff that we talk about every day with Mr. Palmer. You know what I'm saying? And then on other platforms and stuff like that. It's just so crazy because it's just like, man, y'all gonna end up being some of these chicks.
Facts. Well, shut up a doubt.
And it's just so insane because these young people have no idea what's really waiting on them around the corner in this real life world. Like, they have no idea. It's no school bell, it's no classes, it's no, you know, no people holding your hands. You're gonna have your own decisions to make. And a lot of you are not going to have a backbone to make the right decisions. And you know, speaking specifically about these young ladies that I was seeing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so, it was just all these thoughts that I was having. I'm just like, because at these graduations, you know, when the principals get up there and the administrators get up there and they make these speeches, like, you know, you finally made it. This is the beginning of life, not the ending, like in all of these you know, positive speeches that they give. And in my mind, the only thing I'm thinking, I'm just like, they have no idea.
They don't have a clue. And then the sad part is they don't know how to read, and then they financially illiterate. And when you get out of school, you get your first opportunity to start learning. That's what's fucked up.
Right.
That's what's fucked up.
Right. You literally got to spend the next, you know, I graduated when I was 18. So, and I'm 33 now. So you literally are going to spend the next 10 to 15, 20 years unlearning a lot of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
minimum. That's everything you get into. You get told you got to throw that shit away. Everything I learned, that shit don't work. The grammar don't work. The math don't work. It's just wrong. School is trash. Like I guess example, right? When you go to school, when you first go to school, you go to pre-K. They teach you ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, right?
Right.
Now I didn't make that up, right? That's a normal thing.
Right.
Like,
curriculum.
You hear ABCs 1, 2, 3s. You can go in the store and see a little coloring book with ABCs 1, 2, 3s. The problem with that is A is the first letter, B is the second letter, and C is the third. Is 1 the first number?
Wow.
Nope. The first number is 0. So they start you off. You started off kilter from the beginning. You start to have a disassociation from the beginning. You're supposed to go from A to B. But you don't go from 1 to 2. You go from 0 to 1. And it fucks people up. That's why I ask people now, I'm like, how many numbers are there? They start telling me it's always billions and zillions. I didn't ask you how high can you count. I said, how many numbers are there? It's only 10 numbers from 0 to 9. 9 is the highest number. I mean,
right.
You know, basic, simple, fundamental things are missed. Then you get into, I always talk about etymology, parsing, and syntax. But before etymology, parsing, and syntax, you have the 26 letters in the alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that each one of those letters have a meaning?
I do, but you know, of course, most don't.
And you never learn that. So they don't know how to. So every one of them high schoolers and everybody that's graduating, and I mean everybody that's graduating with a master's from these colleges are illiterate. They don't know how to read.
Right.
They don't know what words mean. They don't know what the letters mean. They don't know etymology, parsing, and syntax. They don't know how to read. Functional illiterates.
And then, man, on that note too, man, you know, I kind of switching off from the little chicks a little bit. I might come back to them because it was just mind baffling, like just seeing the short skirts in, you know, 10th 11th grade. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, anyway, it, you know, when I was watching those kids walk across that stage, so, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like on my father's side of the family, I feel like we're all blessed with good genetics as far as you know, being knowledgeable or having the capacity to knowing that we should always continue learning and never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
My little bro, so my dad, he's a pretty intelligent guy. Like he's basically a rocket scientist. That's not his title, but he's basically a rocket scientist. Like what he does for work, he works with stuff, like systems and stuff in outer space and programming systems and a whole bunch of other complicated stuff that I really don't understand and that he really can't talk to me about. But it's funny because, you know, like before they started calling the students up to receive their diplomas, they went through like the grade point averages that you have to have like summa cum laude and cum laude and, you know, all of those special titles. And my little brother, he's 18. This young man knows how to put together computers from scratch. You know, he knows how to build entire operating systems because, you know, he's in that Gen Z. He's in that Gen Z category. You know, all they want to do is play PlayStation, Xbox. You know, that's their thing. And, you know, and he didn't get any of the cum laudes. Like, he didn't get any of those recognitions. And I was kind of watching my dad's face when they were calling my brother's name. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of broke my heart a little bit because, you know, my dad, you know, every father, I feel like they want their son to take after them. You know, they want their son to model after them, because I feel like basically, to me, if the first male you don't want to be like is your dad, then something's wrong, in my personal opinion. And that is, of course, if you're there in your child's life.
Yeah.
So I watched them because to be one of them cum laudes or whatever it's called, you only had to have a 3.5 GPA, I believe, a 3.5. And this is again, in my personal opinion, you can't just take some bum off the street and have them put together like computer systems and processing systems so that you can play these games that require a certain kind of graphics card, certain kind of speeds, you know what I'm saying, certain kind of operations just to play the damn game on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And what that showed me is that, see, a lot of us parents today, we spend a lot of time trying to give our kids the world, but we don't spend enough time pushing them to let them know and help them understand that, you know, how great they really are. Because in hindsight, when I was watching him walk, and I was watching my dad, my stepmom, you know what I'm saying, they were celebrating immediately after he walked off the stage. Then I went back to my graduation. I'm class of 06. And I'm just like, yo, I could have been a cum laude, but I didn't. I was like a C average student that was comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with just being comfortable. And, you know, once I left my grandparents' custody and got into my mom's custody, things just went like, I'm not saying that my mom was a bad mom, but shit just went way off as far as academics and shit like that. So it really dawned on me that, like, you know, the standards are so low today, and we're not even, a lot of us really aren't even, we're consumed by everything else, as far as what we give them, where we want to take them on vacation, do they love us, all of this kind of stuff. We're concerned about all that other stuff except what really matters. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So
it was mind baffling when I heard those GPAs, because you thinking to be a cum laude, you like, man, you got to have like a 5.5. Nah, it was like 3.5, 3.7, 4.0, 4.5, 5.0. So if you go from a 3.5 to a 5.0, or from a 5.0 to a 3.5, that's basic. A 3.5 is, compared to a 5.0, that's basic.
Yeah.
When you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, from genius to basic.
Right.
Right. Yep. Yeah, man. That's why at this point, along with this shooting in Texas, man, homeschooling is a must, man.
Yeah, and speaking of the shooting in Texas, man, me and my partners, we got a little three-way text that we keep open, you know what I'm saying, and we always just check in and see what's going on. And one of my homies is Nigerian, and one of my other homies brought up the school shooting this morning, because he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, getting some new firearms and stuff like that. And my Nigerian homie was like, nah, he was like, did you forget what happened in Texas? And it was funny because I didn't respond. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let my homie Jeff, I'm gonna see what my homie Jeff gonna say about that shooting. And it's funny to me how, you know, as black people in America, how a lot of us are still brainwashed that guns are bad. When it's not the guns that's bad. It's the people, it's the crazy, deranged people that's getting a hold of these firearms that are bad. It's the lack of background checks in this country that are bad. It's America has the most guns on earth out of any nation. It's the access to the guns that we have that may not be so good. It ain't the people. So and when my Nigerian homie started talking, the way that he was talking, he was like, man, he was like, well, if you get a gun and a cop see you with a gun, you can't get mad when they see you and they ask you what you doing with that, and they assume that you're gonna pull it out on them and you shoot them, or they shoot you. And my homie Jeff was like, now when in reality have you ever heard, when's the last time you heard of a cop just randomly shooting even a black male with a licensed a concealed licensed firearm that is, you know, basically has everything good, right? Because I'm in Arizona, and you know what I'm saying, we walk around with straps out all the time. You know, this is the wild wild west for real.
I think that'll be Minnesota, to answer your question. The cop in Minnesota that he dumped on old boy in front of his fiance and his daughter. When he
but what I'm saying is what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it things happen. What I'm saying is, you know, when you're out in your everyday life or whatever, and I'm originally from South Carolina, where there's nothing but black people, born and raised, and now I live in Arizona for, you know, well, I mean, I've basically been living in both places my whole life. But what I'm saying is, when you have those Texas shootings, the Buffalo shooting, you know, the Sandy Hook shooting, you know, they always try to take that shooting to make black people turn in their guns. And then you have, you know, my homie that's Nigerian talking about some, well, guns are bad. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, if you don't want them, that's fine. I'm gonna have mine though.
Exactly. I would rather have one and be tried by 12 than carried by 6.
But you know, part of what they do though is they overblow. What I don't like about the media is they overblow the police thing. I mean, if you look at the statistics, in a year you might get 50 police get smoked. That's not that many considering how many police there are in all of America. And if you look at statistically, most of them go their whole career without even pulling out their guns ever. So we've conditioned ourselves to think that this being a police is such a dangerous job, and in actuality, is really not. I don't even think it ranks as. I know it don't rank as top 10. I'm not even sure if it's top 15.
It definitely don't.
Yeah. So we've conditioned ourselves to think that it's such this dangerous job, when in actuality, pretty much damn near no civilians is gonna pretty much shoot at a cop, and most criminals realistically ain't gonna shoot at a cop. Yeah. You know, it happens, and I think what happens is, because they videotape it so much, you think it happens every day. It's kind of like the effect I tell people, like with the military. The military markets you with all of these action videos, but in actuality, when you're in the military, it's boring as fuck most of the time. You literally just going to a regular job most of the time. You know, but if you watch the recruiting videos, you know, you thinking you in action every single day. And it's certain instances where you are when you're in actual war. But for the most part, when you join the military, you're sitting around fucking off most of the time. Real shit. You know, so it's kind of the same thing they do with the police shootings. Is you see so many videos of police shootings, you think this is an everyday occurrence. And actually, it's not. You know, it's actually a rarity.
Exactly. And that's what baffled me, you know what I'm saying, about my homie who was talking that nonsense about basically guns are bad. And I'm just like, did you not see all of the nonsense that happened in the Obama era Did you not see all of the nonsense that happened in the Trump era, like with just people being like ambushed, and then when those same people do the news, oh, guns are bad. We turn our guns in. We don't have any guns. And for people, for black people to not be pro Second Amendment in 2022, to me, is just plain out absurd. So
No, that's real. I
I
think
agree.
the real problem is just this country is just violent from beginning to current. And that's just what it is. We just a violent ass country. It started off that way. That's the foundation of this country. And that's what it's always gonna be. And it's just that simple to me.
yeah, I mean, look, to maintain American society, look, man, America, it has its problems. China has its problems. Japan has its problems. The tiny little island that my family from, Trinidad, has its own raggedy ass problems. But um to maintain any modern society, and I'm gonna use that word, modern. Look, violence has to go on every single day, 24/7. America, you know what I'm saying, just because it's not World War, and this is a lot of things that people don't understand. The people that just stay in their bubbles, and you know, and that talk about all the rights that are that they should have, when they should just get out here and live life and do what you got to do. The bottom line is that it takes violence to make society go around every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are out with your family, and some weirdo comes in your space to try and confront you or possibly take you out, well, and they try to confront you with violence, the violence that you are going to present back to them is what's going to keep you here another day. And
Amen.
you know, a lot of I don't understand how this people are just delusional, I guess you could say, nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a person that I don't really have a street criminal record like that. I never been involved in illegal activities. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I grew up with the liberal mindset. You know what I'm saying? Democratic. I voted for punk ass Barack Obama. But the you know, I paid attention to all of that, and I'm just like, all of that shit they told us is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All of they keep, when they say fight for this rights and vote for that and vote for, I'm like, all this is bullshit, because the white people are over here protecting you know what I'm saying, what they have. When these George Floyd riots happened, they put the boards over their windows and they took to the streets with arms to protect their business. And I started looking what other people are doing, and I'm just like, you know what? A lot of these black people are just really delusional. They keep, you know, the definition of insane is when you keep doing the same shit over and over and over, and you don't get any new results. You keep getting the same result. And so my tolerance is low when I hear, and I would have went in on my homie when he sent that text message, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna mess up my vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let him continue to go out here with his sandals and his spear, and you know, I'm gonna let him see how far that's gonna get him in this world, in this violent world. So,
Oh yeah, man.
You know that's been bringing up a question for me for folks, as far as, you know, with what you said we have to do to maintain this society. I wonder, how are people so pro-life and then be pro-military at the same time? And we know what our military gets down and does. It seems like the most hypocritical shit ever to me. I don't know what side either one of you gentlemen stood on, but it just, like, it's a cat that I function with, Marcus, and he's in there now, and he's pro-life. And I'm like, how are you pro-life, but you're participating in one of the most deadliest military, I ain't gonna say one of the most deadly militaries in the world. that directly contradicts itself.
Right.
When you say pro, what do you mean? You mean
Pro-life.
No. When you say pro-military, what do you mean?
Well, I'm saying like,
being in the military, or you?
Marcus is actually in the military, but like a lot of my Republican friends are pro-life, but then they're also pro-military, meaning anything that they do, they back.
Well,
And
I think
so,
the pro-life thing is about the fact that you're killing an innocent child. It's not so much the word life. Is they're countering abortion and child murdering. I mean, that's why I call it that. I don't really say the pro-life thing. I just say I'm against murdering an innocent child that's coming because you was fucking.
yeah, absolutely. But when my problem with it is when I got people that says that, and I have, for me, I don't have an argument against it. My thing is, we know our military sends drone attacks, and they also kill kids overseas all the time.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
All the time. So for me, it's like, where's that outrage? Because look, I'm real simple, and I think that's why I've been so weird in these YouTube streets, is because for me, it's as simple as this. If you believe something, you stand on it. There is no wavering. If this is what you truly believe, that's what you stand on. So for me, if I was truly pro-life, I could never join the military because I know what they do. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, I understand that. Well, military has always been about killing children.
100%.
I mean, for me though, man, yeah, that was well put, well said. For me though, I'm a major objectivist, and the thing that's got America twisted right now is you always have some immoral buster, some immoral president trying to be moral, and an immoral person can't lead moral people. So my thing about it is this: look here, you got to pick your poison. Nothing is perfect. My thing about this is like, okay, if we're in a relationship and I get this lady pregnant, and then let's say during the pregnancy we split up. Now she's emotional and she want to go kill my baby because she's mad at me because I don't want to be with her because we just didn't work out. Irreconcilable differences is what these morons say, right? So you'd rather kill my baby as opposed to let's have this baby, and maybe this baby might grow up and go into the military. That's the way that I look at it, is you're taking a possible soldier away from being able to protect and serve. Now, I hate to say it, but a lot of the violence and stuff, again, violence is like air. If there's no violence, the world does not go around. If there's no air, you can't breathe. There's no moral country and there's no moral person on this planet. No moral country, no moral government, no more. Now, we all have our values that we try to uphold on a daily basis, but even with me, raised up in the church, raised up in the Baptist church, raised up Episcopalian, even with me, even with all that doctrination, even I go out here and I still do my bullshit from time to time. You get what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, and I understand that you have to make choices, and you have to pick your poison. I know a lot of I know a few people who are in the 5% nation who have great nutrition, but they drink and smoke all the time. So it's kind of like this whole existence is a walking contradiction on a daily basis, and you just got to make the best choices you can. And in my eyes, when you talk about pro-life or in the abortion issue, I can't support these women that are brainwashed by feminism, who want to destroy men by simply being emotional and just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go to Planned Parenthood, I'm gonna go to the clinic and just end all this. To me, that is a more violent act than me sending my son overseas to have him blow some kid's head off. To me. And I know what I said was harsh, but that's the reality. That is the reality.
I don't understand how that's different, though.
I want to say that's nonsensical to make that argument, right? Because, you know, first of all, you cannot compare the military to abortion. That's apples and oranges completely. Like, it's just a nonsensical comment. And I just wanted to say, hold on, let me, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, the war is in case. You know what I mean? So anybody who, I was on here listening earlier, you guys were talking about guns. If you support having guns, then you should support the military. I don't understand.
Nah,
It's in case
that's different.
matter.
So let me ask you this. Your name is Jaylyn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You do understand that when we go over there, every murder is not justified, correct?
Right. And okay. Yes.
Okay, so we literally have stories of us sending drones over there and literally mowing down innocent people that it's nothing to do with war. So if you're pro-life and you're talking about life, I don't understand how you can't compare. It's the same thing. You're taking a life.
Okay. But who said that they would send their son over there? And
No. I didn't say nothing about sending. I said, no, I know somebody who's actually pro-life and joined the military. So for me, that was a contradiction because I'm like, you know what you're supporting when you join the military.
Okay.
Mind you, I was in the military.
You would know though in life, you know, about self-preservation, right? So essentially, anybody who's joining the military who just doesn't believe in it, they're doing it for monetary gain to, you know, to provide for their family. So it's kind of like if it's you versus them, it's gonna be them that gotta go.
Okay,
so pro-life.
but it's not you versus them though. That's what I'm telling you. They're killing innocent people. See, the way they market it to us is just the bad guys and we're the good guys and we're going over here to do. I'm telling you, as somebody that was in there, that's not the way it works. They do what the fuck they want when they want. We went into Iraq.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Let me tell you why you know this, but let me tell you why they would kill an innocent person, right? Because you guys have a target. Anytime you have a target, you have tunnel vision, but you don't know that little 7-year-old's been trained homegrown to kill anybody who's coming through because he's least suspected. That's why we kill everybody.
Jaylyn, that's what we're sold. That's not the truth. I'm telling you. We murder a lot of innocent people that have nothing to do with you. Let me give you another perfect example. When 9/11 happened, do you know when they went over there to go snatch the people up, they didn't care if your name matched. If your name, so I'll take you for example. Say if you was over there overseas when after 9/11 happened. If they came up to you and they was looking for somebody saying J Penn and your name was Jaylyn, they didn't give a fuck. Come with us. Period. I'm talking college students. I'm talking about people who had nothing to do with nothing, and had them in Guantanamo Bay. What they sell us is that everything that we're doing is for the good of man. No, our military is evil and it's used for evil ways all the time.
Hey, Tommy, let me jump in real quick. Well, I'm sorry, Jaylyn, were you about to say something? I'm
just gonna say this. Everybody knows there's casualties in war. It is non-discriminate, and if you're in that area, you're gonna get got.
Jaylyn, we went to Iraq for no reason at all. We had no reason to be in Iraq. They had nothing to do with 9/11. Not a single thing. That was a war crime. That's a fact.
Did they have resources there?
Yeah, they got oil, of course.
Okay, so there's not no reason.
There's a game.
We're gonna come through and we're gonna get what we need.
Okay, so you're driving your car right now. So it's cool for me to walk up to you, shoot you in your hand, and take your car right now because you got a resource I need.
People do it.
But I'm saying, are you going to justify? Is your family going to justify it and go, oh, okay, he needs the resource, it's good?
No, but your family would.
I don't think my family will back up that action.
Well, there's always somebody saying free my nigga such and such.
Oh no, absolutely, and it's ignorant as fuck. 100%. The whole Young Thug thing. I've told people plenty of times. I'm not saying free shit because I've heard
Yeah,
what they done. The people that actually live out there.
one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. But let's get to Tommy. Let's get to the basis of what you're saying, right? Because you're looking at life and life on both sides, right? But
Absolutely.
one side is a term, one side is a word, right? The term life is being used for pro-life, again being against the murdering of children, for convenience, through somebody's tagline type of thing, right? But if it was called what it was, I think you would be in agreement. Well, you would understand a little bit more and wouldn't associate it to war. Now, I'm with you 100% on everything you're saying in and of itself. Like the principle in which you're talking about how despicable is the military is being used as. That's what a lot of people need to understand. Like they say, the government is bad. How the government is being used. So it's people with a particular agenda. Yes, they are pretending that they got weapons of mass destruction because that's the legalese they have to use, like pro-life, the legalese they have to use to push their agenda. You understand? So pro-life, not wanting people to be murdered. We're talking about an innocent child. If we conflate that, if we compare that to a child sitting at dinner and a bomb being dropped on his head in Iraq, that baby at least got to be here. That baby didn't get to breathe. So what we're saying, and on the other side, in terms of so-called pro-life, is this child didn't have an opportunity to breathe air at all. Absolutely, positively innocent, and you're killing the child so you can fake have a good life, or you can find a way to escape the consequences that you created, and you're using that as a plan B to murder a child and turn your womb into a haunted house. Versus in war, where you have two nations that have heads of state that we all benefit from when things are going right. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I got to push back on you. We benefit from when these decisions are happening, and I'm not even talking about war. We benefit from these decisions that our leaders are making: Wi-Fi, internet, free, running water, etc. And some type of infraction happens, or what you're saying, what I agree with, our government makes an infraction and then creates some propaganda to be able to kill other people. We don't complain when things are right? So at the same time, whereas you're saying, yeah, our military is this, those Iraqi children are looking at us like, yeah, y'all fund them though. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, got you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they'll look at us like, in the end of the day, we are still looked at as the terrorists to other nations.
100%.
A lot of people.
I mean, technically we are.
I agree, but all I'm saying is there is a clear enough difference between pro-life and being pro-life, because I do agree with you. In principle, I agree with you. I'm just making a distinction. I agree with that, because it's atrocious. Because when you start talking about, when we get into our history here, it was always a military application. It was always a military movement against our people. So we can't be before it, but so much so for that reason, I didn't join the military. But the U.S. government, the U.S. military, let's say that. But I am pro-military because I know there are people who have other genomes that I don't share. We don't share interests and principles. So we're going to need to fight at some point. You know what I mean? So now I guess my question to you is, how far are you just speaking against the military for the sake of that, not for the sake of people saying one thing and then them not following through, like you said earlier, or are you actually against military?
No. It's not necessarily because, so for me, like with anybody I've been with, I've told them, for me, like that wasn't even an option. Whenever I've had all three of my kids, that wasn't even an option. Like, period, point blank. Like I personally don't do the abortion thing. But what I also don't do is push my thoughts out on other people. So I'm also not out here vocally going, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, you shouldn't do that. My thing is, if that's what you're going to stand on and that's what you're going to put your flag on, then be consistent with it. And so I'll give you a perfect example, because we can take it completely out of the war thing. The Afghanistan situation. Most people don't understand the correlation between the opioid epidemic and us, being in Afghanistan all them years. A lot of people don't know they've been put, that's where the poppy seeds, majority of the poppy seeds are in the world. they was pushing that shit over here and getting the bread. Again, killing people for something that you get what I'm saying. So I'm like, so for me, I'm not even necessarily making an argument because, like I said, I just expect people to stand on what they stand on. So if you're telling me that you care so much, because I get your point about as far as like the baby didn't even get a chance to breathe, but ultimately what people are saying is, you know, they just don't want an innocent life taken. It is, I think, what the ultimate thing is, which I don't think anybody can disagree with. My problem is then where's the outrage when our country go do some like Trump let dude go that literally ordered 7 I think of Afghans murdered for literally zero reason, literally no reason at all, and they put him in Leavenworth and then Trump ended up letting him out, but they literally just sprayed 7 dudes down for no reason.
Nonetheless, you have a point. I mean, you have a point in principle. I agree with you because the weirds are outrage in itself is like that's an echo. I think that's probably me.
That's me, my bad.
The where's the outrage question has to be brought up because it goes back to like what Muhammad Ali was saying. You know what I'm saying about not going into the draft. Like, why am I going over there to fight you? Like, you're my oppressor right here. You're my oppressor right here. You're doing the same stuff to us, right? So when we see other so-called minorities, because they are the poor in other countries, poor, usually the brown-skinned people. There are a lot of brown-skinned people that are poor in Afghanistan. They going to suffer the most. So you're killing them. Why are we not pissed? Because we can. And I'm with you because we want to be lit. We want to have a Ferrari. We want the Balenciaga. This. We want all that. We want the Audi. I seen Breezy. You got the double sunroof and your whip. We want that. So we're participating in it. It's what these countries are fighting for, so they can have first dibs at resources. That's basically what it is, and we are funding it. But however, you'll have a few people it's not that many people that's against abortion, man. It's a small percentage. It's a smaller percentage than the people that's for it. And it ain't gonna get too much outrage because people love the convenience of killing a child. People love the convenience of somebody at work dying that had their promotion that they want. People love it. It's been a thing for a while. So it's not really an outrage against killing innocent people or innocent people being murdered. Or however you want to look at it. Or, having to suffer by the hands of somebody else.
That abortion thing is like, oh, this nigga only make $500 a month and he got me pregnant. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me go ahead and take care of that. I met Johnny over here and he's a millionaire, but he married and he got kids, but I gotta be his side chick and he won't make me his main chick. Oh, let me go ahead to this clinic over here and take care of it. Like it's like breathing air, and that's that's why all of this, you know what I'm saying, action is taking place when it comes to the Roe v. Wade and the government allegedly, showing itself to be anti-abortion at this particular time, but we all know it's smokescreen and mirrors when it comes to that. So,
man, y'all, I had you just said Roe versus Wade. That reminded me of an article I just looked at through YouTube. A YouTube CEO is they talk about, I think it was on the 25th of May, talking about cracking down on the misinformation of Roe v. Wade, who is a lady that is pro-abortion. If I was I left the house now. If I was at if I was home, I would bring it up. But I probably can't go through my email and bring it up. But it's not a lot of people, man. It's not, and especially, well, more importantly, it's not a lot of powerful people, and people that, like I just said, the CEO of YouTube, who's a female, is pro-abortion. It's not a lot of powerful people that are pro-life in today's world.
Right.
Child murder.
They all have a liberal mindset. Most of them do. And they all have a liberal mindset because business speaking, why does it make sense to have a liberal mindset? Okay. Well, who's the people that's buying a lot of your Louis Vuitton products? Who's the people that's buying a lot of your cognacs and your cognacs and your fine liquors? You know what I'm saying? Who is the people that's going to run out here and stand in line for 6 hours for some Jordans that they released in 1983. Who is the people that's going to continue to tune in to Love and Hip Hop on Monday night, a bum ass show that still averages 4 million views, every Monday night when it comes on? Who is the people that's going to sit here and buy every basketball and football jersey because they think in 20, 25, 50 years it's going to be a collector's item? So if we're speaking business, if we're speaking capitalism, especially here in America, well, yes, it makes sense to be pro abortion, because why wouldn't we want to give you the option? We give you the option to pick whichever kind of purse you want when you walk in our store, and we give you the option to pick which jersey you want, and we give you the option to shop between all of these fine alcohols and liquors. We give you the option to do a lot of things, so of course we'll give you the option to go ahead and kill a baby. We'll give you that option. That's where we are.
We gotta stop that though, bro. Poor people make poor decisions. It's not a color thing. White folks spend hella money on camouflage and they ain't in nobody woods. They spend money on getting their trucks lifted. Like they spend they waste their money too. They just waste it on different shit, bro. But trust me, they waste their money just like we do. It's a broke thing. It ain't a color thing.
They do. But who are the coons? Who are the people that, what I'm saying? Colin Kaepernick. Let's use Colin Kaepernick for example. Colin Kaepernick. Now when he played in the league, I was rocking with Colin Kaepernick. I was rocking with him. I thought he was a phenomenal quarterback. After he pulled that bullshit, the kneeling, what I'm saying? I understand why he was doing it, but then now you want to go back and play for the league. So you see, a lot of these people, and I get what you're saying about the white people, how they blow their money. They spend a lot of money too. They do a lot of fuck bullshit. The white people do. But when you have somebody like Colin, that's how they look at black people as a whole. Black people will forgive you. Oh, they'll want to throw this football. They want to bounce this basketball, no matter how much bullshit we put them through, no matter how much we told them that they needed to stop kneeling when a military veteran, the best way to protest for your social issues is to kneel. We don't care if it came from a vet. They look at all black people as Colin Kaepernick. Most people that hold the wealth in this country, most people that are promoting destruction and who make destruction easily and readily available at the push of a button on your smartphone. That's how they look at most of us black people. They're like, they love us. They can't stay away from us. They got to come back. It's in their DNA. This is how they program. I'm sorry, Noble, you cutting off, man.
I said you breaking up, unless that was me breaking up. That probably was me. Y'all hear him?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you now too.
Okay, we good. Go ahead, Zone. My bad, bro.
Oh nah, but that's what I was saying is
I think the only part I'll push back on that, bro, is they look at all poor people like that, bro. I promise you. And I think that's why people are starting to understand that, yes, there is a race issue in this country, but the bigger overhand matter of this country is rich versus poor. Them rich people look at poor white people the same way they look at the blacks. What they do is they keep us divided by letting the poor whites think that they better than the poor blacks. But they don't give a fuck about a poor white the same way they don't give a fuck about a poor black.
And I agree.
It's all about green.
Well, the main way that
the point that you said earlier, basically, black people are their biggest consumer, so of course they're going to let them do whatever they want. It would make more sense that you populate it with people that are going to have the same mindset. Population would be best for consumerism for them. They should want more black children, poor children being created, because they know that we're going to go try to attain things that they sell.
That's why it's really not about racism, and it's really not about money. That's why y'all go on my page. You can go on my channel. You can find me break down what modern money mechanics is on how money actually works in this country. They created it out of nothing. It's not really about the money. At the end of the day, it's about genes. Real money boils down to genes. And the foundation of the separation between us two is that you've been labeled something that you're not. And you at one point you can tie yourself back to some land and some crown that belongs to you. Because they convince you through miseducation and grammar, like we was talking about before, that you black come from Africa, which is a Latin word that means land. Because they got convinced you're not from here, you don't walk around like this your shit, and you don't act like this your shit, and you never get to it. This your shit eradicates any type of concept and any type of history that you think you have. Because if this is your shit and this is your land and your home, and a lot of people owe you a tremendous amount of money, and as long as you're busy doing anything other than that, you're right where they need you to be. Because you can't repair a nation that they created. Black people weren't black people until 1940. Didn't even exist. You just was black for maybe 50 years, 60 years. Meanwhile, the word black means pale. So it's really not about that. It's that these people, we now created this new brand called Black people, African American. Now think how long you've been alive. How many people names changed? How many people have had a different name since you've been alive? That's the foundation of what's going on. Never went through slavery because slavery comes from a word Slav, S-L-A-V, Slavunkian, Scandinavian. That's somebody with pale skin. That's not you. You never went through slavery. You went through dehumanization. You lost your nationality. You lost your history. You lost your culture. You lost your crown. You lost your ability to wash your own ass. You lost your children. You lost your elders. You go dehumanize. That's why it's okay for black females to murder 23,560,000 children in 60 years. That's the big deal. That this is your shit. The Smithsonian and these different museums have your shit. The stuff in the Smithsonian is worth more than this country.
The what you call it too? Where's the Catholics thing? The Vatican.
The Vatican, yes,
Yep.
Absolutely. They got a lot of that shit is there. A lot of that shit is in the hands of these rich people, and because people don't understand financial literacy, because like you get a person that get $1 million and they start spending $1 million. You don't spend none of that. You use that as capital, and you get credit off of that, and you make money. So the million will make you money, and then you can make money with the credit. You don't spend your money. You're not supposed to spend your paycheck. You're supposed to leverage your paycheck. We don't understand that. So I go back to what I just said. If I know I have these people's property and it has value, intrinsic value, I can make money off of it by getting credit from somebody else, from a bank, a central bank, that I have this, I can put it up for collateral and we can both draw off it, and then they'll also pay me. They'll also pay me because I have this, and it will grow, and it will grow in value. So they're making money 3 times over off our shit, and we don't even know.
The ultimate
That's why
hustle.
a lot of people, that's why you hear a lot of people like they'll always give you close but not enough. You'll hear about real estate. Yeah, do real estate. They'll never tell you land banking. Next to nobody even knows what that is. But you'll hear the conscious community people, and you'll hear how people say, yeah, we need to go buy land. Well, that's called land banking. That's what it's actually called. So you'll have people making a bunch of money in the most million, on the planet, but in the United States, so they make that much money. That's what you think land bankers are making. And this is little stuff that people have no idea about. You got people talking about, I don't like religion. There's nothing on paper that's moving money more than religion. Berkshire Hathaway. You know what that company is?
Yeah, that's what's his name? What's the OG dude? The old white dude? Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. That's his company. You know how he structured that company? As a religious organization. Do you know that IKEA is a religious organization?
No, I had no idea. Damn, that's a hustle.
Yeah,
People walking around talking about I don't have no religion. All of these Muslims that are kings and princes, do you know why they're kings and princes? Princes and princesses? Because of their religion. Do you know every royal ever on the planet has a religion?
You kind of breaking up, Noble.
Breaking up.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, bro.
Yeah.
I can hear you
I'm
now,
breaking
but
up
it's kind
bad.
of skipping around.
What's all that? Yeah, somebody was
Talk again?
calling me just now. Do you hear me now?
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, somebody was just calling me. I didn't even see who it was. What's the last thing I said? Clear.
You were
what's the last thing you
saying
heard me say? Clear?
about the princesses and the princesses and religion.
Yeah, every royal on the planet is tied to a religion. What'd you say, Breezy?
No, keep going. I was just telling you what you said.
Yeah, appreciate it. So every religion, every royal on the planet is tied to a religion, and they're only a royal by way of that religion. Because religion is not what y'all think it is. It's a lot going on more than that.
You breaking up again, Doc?
Let me try to switch it. I'm out in the car. I've only done it live from from the PC, but I'm going to go get my son from school.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Y'all hear me?
It's all good.
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah, it get weird when you're in the car. I done a couple of lives in the car. It get weird when you're moving.
Yeah.
But while you're getting that
You don't
together, I did want to say that I thought about the religion thing a couple of days ago, and I was just like, you know what? I have more respect for Muslims and any other religion that's more disciplined than Christianity.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I think a lot of people feel that way. I've said that a couple of times to some of my Christian friends. I'm like y'all discipline is trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like y'all are way too comfortable with, the whole Jesus died for my sins and I'm getting it together and I'm not perfect. It's some of the shit you ain't got to be perfect not to do. I'm gonna just be 100 with you. Some stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Excuses. A lot of excuses. You know what? I definitely agree with Jay Lynn 100%. I agree with you as well, 100% on that, Tommy. Because even like my daughter, she I had her in a science academy basically from like K4 all the way up until she was 13. Well, she's 13 now, she'll be 14, but we just recently switched her to a public school last fall, due to some issues going on with the staff and everything like that. But in that school, the majority of the population of the children are Middle Eastern, Indian. They come from a lot of Muslim background. The girls wear hijabs. The men, they have their uniform. The parents, that is. And the discipline. And I think the reason for that, just in my observing that for all the years that I did, is that culture, that religion, they actually have consequences for your actions. And you don't really have a lot of like freelancers, like a lot of Christians are like freelancers. When I say that, they bounce from church to church, state to state. A lot of Christians don't have a good, tight social circle where they hold each other accountable, where they actually practice what they preach. And because it's the group that holds that person accountable. I've seen things where I was going to that school when I had my daughter going to that school, and gossip always goes down the pipeline. I've seen it to where a wife had cheated on the husband or something like that. And honestly, I don't even remember how I found out, but I heard one of the kids talking about it. Then I heard one of the administrators talking about it, and that wife got sent back to the Middle East to be dealt with. Now, when I say dealt with, I don't know what happened to her. But when I saw that, because I was one. I'm like, man, where's this dude's wife? Like, like what happened? Like, and just other stuff that I heard. Like, a lot of the Muslims, and I've seen it firsthand. Like, they practice what they preach. So, and I think that's the problem with when it comes to Christians is a lot of Christians, like you said, Tommy, they keep using the excuses. They keep using the same thing, and they don't have like that social circle to hold them accountable. Practice what you preach, and to be disciplined. A lot of Christians ain't disciplined at all.
Man, y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm I have a religious title, so I'm not actually allowed to talk bad about any other religion. But I will say that if you actually study the Bible and research, you'll find that actually just research something called Code Noir, and you'll understand what's going on with Christianity. And it's just you when you sit down with the Bible, you're supposed to have like 7 other books. You can't just sit down, especially not with a public education, a free public education. You need to be sitting down with like seven other books, processing that information, syntax and action, and it'll clear it up, because you'll see a lot of these Christian Catholics really don't even know what these words mean and what these verses actually mean. It's scary. It's scary the level of negligence. That that their heads of state, or whoever had that religion allows their followers to be. But like it's been going on for a really, really long time, as for illiteracy to be a weapon, and to get people to do the exact opposite. You walk into that church, man, and you see their prophet.
Oh, you breaking up, bro.
Yeah, you you walk in that church, man, and you see that damn their prophet, their so-called prophet on the cross, man. Are you revering it, or are you celebrating it? That's what I be thinking.
Right. Yeah, man. It's you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm an advocate of just, no one's perfect, you know what I'm saying? When and a lot of ignorance is out here, when it comes to certain things. A lot of ignorance is out here is on purpose, because a lot of people, they're not open to learning new information. They're not open to hearing an objective perspective, and they keeping themselves in a box. And I think that's a lot of what's going on. Just in general, when it comes to information. Yeah.
I feel that, man. So that's why I do the best I can to promote literacy. Sorry, my everything is screwed up. That's the sound and everything there. But that's why I'm actually testing. This wasn't part of the test to see if it worked. I've never even ran a live or I didn't know you could do this through StreamYard on your phone. I had no idea. I know you could do it through Blog Talk back in the day, so I figured it worked the same way. But that's why I do the best I can.
You mean stream live from your phone?
Yeah, I'm using StreamYard. I never knew I could do that. I never even thought of it until just now. So, but that's why I do the best I can to bring information to people's faces. That's why I was saying yesterday on Mr. Palmer show. I think it's Corpus Secundum, something like that. It's this book that lawyers use.
You right. Look, I just want to give you another example. Like everything you said about like the princes and anybody that has like royalty, or like a high prominent background, like in society over countries, they do have a religion, even though they say they may not, and that religion does give them I guess you could say, privileges or access to things that allow them to stay in power. Look, prime example. I'm in the healthcare industry. I've been in the healthcare field for basically 10 years now. The first 3 years was with the Department of Defense. So I understand a lot about what goes on with the military, and classified information, and being on what they call a need to know basis, stuff like that. But the last basically 7 years, I've been in the back on the civilian side. And in 2020, when the whole cough came along, a lot of employers, they were trying to mandate their employees, and say that you had, basically, in order for you to keep your job, you gotta get that jab, right? So with me, I am a religious person, and I definitely try my best to uphold my morals and my standards to what I believe. But aside from the fact that I live in a state where we do have a governor who is against all of the BS that the Biden administration tried to push on us by saying you have to take it, the only way that I was not, because I didn't get it, because I refused to get it. I said, look, if y'all gonna make me take this nonsense, then I'm just gonna get it out the mud some other kind of way. I don't have to work for y'all. It's a million other ways that I can make money. I'm perfectly fine with giving you guys my badge and my access credentials and leaving it on the floor. I've worked for the highest office in the land. I'm comfortable walking away from you because I know I can get something better. So with that being said, the only thing that kept me from not having to get that jab was religion.
Amen.
I had to, and not only that, not only stating, the type of religion, but I really had to go into details about, what the religion is saying about why I shouldn't put these chemicals in my body. Right. So a lot of people, they were forced to get it. And a lot of people, not a lot, but quite a few people, I guess because they're non-religious, you know what I'm saying? They just ended up having to take that walk. But what you said about, the religion being powerful, that's true. Because I had to sit there and I had to, do my research and my studies, and I had to be able to convey why I shouldn't have to put those chemicals in my body. And the only reason that I'm still employed today is because of religion and me having the knowledge that I have, about certain chemicals and being able to relate it to certain scriptures, and certain doctrines, things of that nature. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why, you know what I'm saying? Other than that,
yeah,
I would have had to get that pokey poke. And
yep. I don't know how many. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's funny because, like, I'm not on the front lines, but I'm close to the front lines as far as, patients and stuff like that. So we thought that it was just gonna be the frontline people that they were gonna try to make get it, but they were like, nah, if you in the field of healthcare, you guys are gonna be the first guinea pigs to get it before the public, before anybody. If you work in healthcare, we want you to get it because you work in healthcare. So yeah, I thought I would be safe from it because I wasn't on the front lines. But nah, if you in the what I found out, basically, if you in the healthcare field, whether it's another pandemic or anything, any kind of new drug, I'm like, they always try to get the healthcare people to get up on that first.
Can I ask you guys, are you conspiracy theorists? Because my question for anybody who's refusing that to get the work, so to speak, why? Like, why would you refuse it? I can respect it if you just had a stance against it, but to say that you are a medical expert, what is actually in it, and just theorizing what could possibly be in it, like, I think that's how mental insanity works. how it starts.
What's
Well, for
how? What? Say it again.
I'm basically saying like, okay, if you don't want to get the work, right?
yeah, the jab.
If you don't want to get the job, then what is your like? Are you a conspiracy theorist? Like, what possibly do you think they would do to you if you took it?
So because they don't know, because they wouldn't know what's in it, they should want to put it in their arm, and that makes them insane. What?
No. I'm saying like they keep telling you, oh yeah, it's basically the 7 deadly sins in here. It's fetuses and blase whoop de whoop. Okay, how the fuck do you know?
Well, in 2022, they've cured nothing. They can't cure anything in 2022. So I know 6 people that have cured cancer, AIDS, lupus,
You know
immune
that.
deficiency. Yes,
Who are
absolutely.
you talking about Dr. Sabi?
And I know his daughter, and I know his daughter.
Nobody has verified any of his teachings.
No,
You know
it's
that?
a Supreme Court case. We've all looked it up. It's been
I
verified.
wanna look that up. Did you guys go over that?
Yeah,
What video
please
can I
do.
refer to?
Well, Jalen, for me, let me
His name is
ask you
Alfredo
this.
Bowman.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Let me ask you this. So I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a man who happens to be in the healthcare industry, who I will share information. I will never claim that I have cured anything, nor will I ever admit to saying that, you know, from my profession, I'll never admit to a pharmaceutical company having a cure either. I'm just simply a man who I research information, and based off of the information, I make the best decision for myself. Now let me ask you a question. You and your friends are at a party, and somebody comes back with some powder, right? And they say, hit this. Now, if you hit it without, you know, questioning where they got the drugs from, how long have they known this person? If you hit it and you die, whose fault is that?
It will be my fault.
There you go.
But I'm
so basically,
I wanna know, like nobody. We can't really verify whether people died based on that or not. We can only know that people died because they went to a hospital after probably thinking they were sick. This happens when somebody tells you there's a pandemic out there. You can start thinking that you actually have the symptoms. Something that you may normally do, a sneeze, you're like, oh, I got it. Like that's how that works.
well,
Yeah. Do you know how long it takes?
I just want to know, like, I mean, about conspiracies about it. Like,
well, just for
Do
the
you know
record,
how long it
makes
takes for
more
the
sense that they put it in something that you already take. Like the doctors swap out your medicine that you normally take. You know?
Do you know how long it takes for the FDA to approve a medicine? Do you know how long it takes?
A while.
It takes a long time. So if it takes them that long
years
to cure other things, years it takes. Why the hell would I trust them anytime this decade? Why?
You got
What
Obama
comments?
mentioned a virus 5 years prior to it actually being a thing. They already knew about
So
this.
30. Yeah, we see the patent for it. We got the patent for this actual virus. So I'm 36. I've spent SARS. I've seen a lot of them. It doesn't really. I've been alive for a long time. I didn't get no vaccine for none of those. And the people that get medicine the most are the people that's the sickest. So I've watched that in my 36 years.
And
You know
let
what I'm
me
saying? It wouldn't require a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. And let me
to not want to trust stuff when you breathe air and you watch people that go to the hospital are the sickest.
And let me just say this as well, Jalen. You know, my grandparents are in their 90s, and they got it. They got the jab. You know, my thing is this, all right? I'm 33, and I'm in great. I would say I'm in great shape. I'm in great health. I've been an athlete most of my life. Don't really smoke or drink like that. Now I like wine, but I don't really drink like that. I never really been a sick child, anything of this nature. Now, if I was 80 years old and I come from a generation where basically you watch TV all day, specifically CNN and Fox News. If I'm 80 years old, there's a chance that I may take a chance and get the jab, because at that particular time, it's like, what the hell? I've lived 80 years. I would rather have the jab, and if I get sick, knowing that I have a quote unquote better chance of becoming immune and be regaining my health, as opposed to getting sick and never recovering, and now you have to watch my funeral on a live stream. So like I said, I'm just a person who researches information and makes the best decision, and I do believe that people's health has a large part to play in the decisions that they make. So I'm not a conspiracy theory. I read medical documents and I deal with patients all day long, and I look at formularies for drugs all day long. I have to ask patients things like, "Hey, are you allergic to chicken feathers or chicken eggs?" Because if so, then you may want to get a new prescription, because the prescription that your doctor wrote for you, it has chicken egg in it. You see, I have to be very detailed with what I do. So I'm not for anything. I'm not against anything. I'm for information and making the best decision that applies to you.
Okay, I can respect that.
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
I sure am. And I thought I would have some people that I don't know. I just like conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy enthusiast. I think this world is very interesting. There's a lot of things they don't tell us. And just like when world, you were talking about the Bible earlier, how you have to have other documents with that, at least 7 other things with that to give you the understanding. They have made this world a set of puzzles with the pieces being everywhere. So yeah.
Do you
well,
do you have a channel?
In 2022, you have to be a researcher. You have to know how. I don't care about a conspiracy theory or not. I just we know how to research in this day and time. So we just do the research. They can't really hide stuff from competent people. They can hide stuff from people that don't know no better, but we don't fool with that. It's imperative that you understand one, history, human behavior, and human behavior over history. So most of these people that are getting the jab are people that are doing it to maintain their usual lives, and they're afraid that their lives that they're dependent on, their lives in that except don't do this, then you're going to do that, like Zone was talking about. And that's not an intelligent reason to put some chemical in your arm. That could be consistent with putting battery acid in your arm. You know what I'm saying? So, I could, we done found the patents to AIDS. We know the cure for AIDS was patented, U.S. patent number 5676977. Tetrasilver tetroxide silver 4 oxygen 4. We know how to research in 2022. You can go research what I just said. You will find it. They have changed the document number since then, but that's what it was. So we know what they're doing. We know that they had the cure for AIDS before AIDS ever was finished processing, and we know that the word AIDS or cancer, all of the and cure are all patented words. So this is why it's hard to talk about it, because they have patents from a commercial standpoint in public.
And speaking of AIDS and HIV, just to kind of get a little bit deep. Now, most of the patients that I deal with on a daily basis, they have autoimmune disorders. They have conditions like osteoporosis. They have osteoarthritis. Those are generally the issues that my patients deal with on a daily basis. Now, I will say, whenever I see a case come across my computer screen where I'm looking at the diagnosis and it's saying, AID, HIV, things of this nature, and I'm looking at the dosages and I'm looking at the refill schedules, things of this nature, all that I'm going to say is that if they are able to come up with a formulary drug that you can get sent to your home to manage the symptoms and keep you alive for a much longer time than they could in the late 80s and the 90s, if they can do all of that with just a pill, what would make you think that they can't just end it all together? But that's all that I'm going to say, because I can't really get into too much of that.
Hello. I'm
Yeah,
bad.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. I'm just grab my son. Yeah, but me, I can get into it. I can get into it. You know, if you can get it, if it'll work that way for a pill, but if then what would happen if you actually did a chelation therapy, pulling materials out of your body that don't belong in your body. Also being in a hot spring bath where it's alkaline, if you were to replenish the minerals that are being missed from that organ or from your bloodstream, if you had the 102 minerals that you needed put back in your body over time, systematically while fasting, while resetting your body, why can't you cure it? If you understand and identify the root cause of diseases, and you replace that root, then why wouldn't you be able to cure it or heal it? Let's just say that, because that's their word, cure. And it's just that simple. It's really not that hard. You know what I mean? Most people get healthier simply by stop drinking soda, stop putting in sugar when your body don't need sugar. Like I tell people that want to get healthy, like you got to do. Let's say you have a woman or a man that's obese. A lot of these people go to a personal trainer who want to tell them to run. I'm like, why would you start running and doing exercising? That's like a car that's been sitting for like 40 years, rusted up, all of a sudden getting in a race. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you need to actually, in any situation, a car that's been sitting for a long time, a house, like you get a house and all of a sudden we're going to have a party in here. Like stuff going to break, man. You got to reinforce some stuff. With a house, you would normally do what? You would do restoration. You would do some renovation. So your body would need the renovation. It would need the restoration to move forward. So if your body has been destroyed with toxins, destroyed with misuse and bad habits, you need to replace the bad habit first, not put a bunch of stuff on your body or make you look good and do a stupid ass fucking waist trainer, which is fucking incompetent. Stupidest shit I've seen in a long time. Suck your goddamn organs into your ass. And I seen an idiot chick running with a waist trainer on. I'm like, ma'am, you know you need to breathe. That's some chick that's the person that I know don't know how. It's stupid as fuck. It's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
That's insane, man.
It doesn't make you running with a waist trainer on. You need to breathe. You need to actually physically push your stomach out so you can get no more air in your stomach and push it in your brain. Like these people don't understand the simplest things about health. But they'll go to a personal trainer that'll have them doing a bunch of stuff. This person just went from doing nothing, just went from eating and eating and eating for 10 years possibly. You need to fix the eating habit, get themselves in condition to be able to work out. Not even walking, you need a discipline. Start that so you're not putting all that burden on them joints. Like it's just the mindset is just, it blows my mind, especially when it comes to health. Like I had this dude tell me, he said, man, you drink all, I got a gallon of water right here. He was like, dude, you drink all that? Like, yeah, I drink all that. He said, man, I don't like water, man. I can't do it. It don't taste good. What you mean? What you mean water don't taste good? What you talking about? It's water. What is it supposed to taste like? It's like, it ain't supposed to taste good. It's for you to keep being here. Then he was asking me what type of water. I'm like, well, this water costs about $5-6 for this gallon. He said, no, that's expensive. I said, it's cheaper than funerals.
Cheaper than Popeye's chicken. Cheaper than
What you
Popeye's
mean?
chicken.
You know how much a funeral costs when you die early? $15,000, $16,000, $20,000.
You know, I never
for
could
5.
understand why people like would say that, because like you're not drinking water for the taste, you're drinking it for the feel.
You drinking it because you fucking made a 70% water.
Right.
Where do you think you come from? What do you like? Wasn't part of the statement when you came to this planet your mother water broke? That's what you were in. You wasn't in Pepsi.
Let me segue real quick and ask Jalen a question.
Well,
Jalen, how do
sorry,
you?
you guys. I was listening. I just got out of the beauty supply store, and you'd be surprised a fight broke out.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised about that.
I'm bullshitting.
Oh, man, let me ask you a question, Jalen. What I don't know if you heard the world class, but how do you feel like? How do you feel about these women that do all of that with the waist trainers, that get on the treadmills and that run with the waist trainers, and you know think that that's going to really do something to make them, I guess, look more in shape or be more in shape? What do you think about that? That's going on these days.
Obviously, it's just a front. You know what I mean? You got to take off that thing, and then whatever pops out, you got to live with that. You know, but if it makes them feel better about themselves, I'm not opposed to it. I wouldn't even know they had it on. I wouldn't be in a bed with them to find out when they took it off.
So, okay, so as a woman, so what do you work out at all? Like, yeah, do you work out?
I work out, but I'm also a hypocrite. I smoke cigarettes. I've had this problem for a couple years now, and I always say I'm going to quit, but it's the addiction. I keep doing it. So yeah, I work out, but because I do something that's so bad, that's where I overcompensate. I'm going to eat healthy, and I'm going to drink a lot of water, and that's how I'm living my life right now.
So, okay, what do you think it is? Because like I don't want to get too in depth with that particular subject, but what do you think it is nowadays? Would you consider yourself in shape?
Yes.
What do you
I
think
know
it
I'm in
is?
shape.
Okay, what do you think it is these days? Why a lot of women, why they feel like they don't have to be in shape? Why they feel like they can just be comfortable being overweight? Why do you think
Well,
there's
because
this
you guys
mindset?
keep telling them that it's cute. Y'all keep saying that they have a fat ass. I mean, they're looking on Instagram and they're seeing people that look just like them, thousands of likes. I mean, that's what you guys like. And women, they try to appease men, I believe. And they can say they're doing it for themselves. Nobody is doing it for themselves. That's what I believe.
Okay. So, but as a woman though, you would agree that, you know, as far as attracting men and things of this nature, and just being, I guess, in overall, even though you smoke cigarettes, you would agree that doing the work to get to where you want to be is better than wearing a waist trainer. Yes.
It's better than wearing a waist trainer. It's better than going to get the surgery. Do the work. You'll feel better about it, and your results will be more lasting because you knew what it took to get there.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you those questions so that whoever goes back and watches the stream later can hear a woman speak very concisely about, you know, being in shape, staying in shape, and what it's going to take, you know what I'm saying, to look the right way.
I mean, you guys were speaking on earlier about longevity. You know what I mean? Who cares if you just bought the latest car if you're only going to live 2 more years, young or old? Or, it's just like people are losing their lives every day. So if there's something that you can do you know, to live longer, you should do that, especially people with children. That's selfish.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree
So
with you more.
so then my next question is, Breezy, why are you smoking?
I'm
Like
smoking
why?
because I used to smoke weed, and then the dude that I was with that was selling the weed. Well, first of all, he didn't sell it to me; it was free. But yeah. So, anyways, me and him just didn't work out. So then I was like, man, I need to find something new to do with my life. And cigarettes was the thing that I chose. And my mom smoked cigarettes. You know, it's just like something that I was used to seeing. When I first tried it, it wasn't good, but it just got better with time, and that's how my addiction started. I don't know. I'm
So
crazy.
you gave the origin story. So I'm asking you, why do you smoke now?
I smoke.
Which is
I think you're breaking up, Jalen.
gone. You hear me?
I
Let me
can hear you. I don't know if she can.
let me give
Okay.
a shout out to oh, you back now. What you
Go
say?
ahead and shout out who you shouting out, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Terrence Davis for the $5 cash out, $5.55. Good number. Yeah, what were you saying? Breezy, you went crazy. Like you went out.
Stressful. I find myself always having something to do, having to work, and I'm sick of
Right.
it. I'm tired of working. Men need to get back to being a man and being the provider so I can stay home and clean and do the traditional roles.
Well, you said you was biblically married, right?
Biblically married, yes, but I told you there's like a long story to that. I mean, so again, it's just having an effect on my mental health.
What type of effect does that have?
It makes me want to smoke cigarettes. A motherfucker say something to me. That's the first thing I'm looking for is where's my lighter at? Like, quit talking to me. So that's it.
Okay.
You know what, I like that answer because sometimes I listen to a lot of panels and I listen to a lot of people say a lot of BS and they try to, overshadow the real reasons for why they do things. More specifically, women. And I ain't gonna lie, that's about kind of that's one of the most honest answers I've heard in a while, as far as why a woman does what she does.
Well, I mean, poor baby. So, I mean, that's what's sad because that's considered an honest answer, and it's really not. The real honest answer is you don't feel like controlling yourself.
Yeah,
You rather
it's
use.
a lack of self-control. I've said that. That's why
Yeah.
it's an addiction. I don't have no control over it. If I want to smoke, I'm going to do that. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't like being judged for this. I'm sharing a part of my life, and motherfuckers want to
I'm not
Hold
judging.
up, wait a second.
Well, listen, it's not about judgment. It's just if you know a person is driving fast enough to get to a certain city at that time, and you know they're gonna get there, then you know they're gonna get there. It's about trajectory. I don't know how young you are, but we know if somebody's smoking consistently, a pack a week, you're knocking about 5 to 10 years off your life. We know that for a fact. And I'm pretty sure you're not going to work every day and working out to not live longer. Yes.
You're right.
Okay. So
I have this.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I have this like OCD thing where like I don't ever want to get old. Like I know I'm going to be old, but like physically and mentally, I would like to just look young and feel young.
Well, you have to find a way. Well, one of the things that help you will help you deal with cravings and impulses is this root called chicory root. Kind of, it's like a coffee type of look to it, like it's real brown. So I've seen people have used that because it's the same kind of taste to what I never smoked a damn life, so I don't know. They said it's similar to like it cures the nicotine addiction too. So it's a root called chicory root that people are using. You can drink it like a tea. And there's a book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. You can literally program yourself to not like cigarettes. I used that book to program myself to never go over 200 pounds. I was over 200 pounds, and then I programmed myself using the techniques in the book, and I ain't been over 200 pounds since
Nothing,
2008.
but I heard you say that you were a vegan, and vegans they be skinny and be looking sick in the face after a couple of years of doing that. You should check out vegan deterioration on YouTube. That's why I don't know. I believe that you should eat some meat like fish and chicken, perhaps.
No, that's just something that people say. Vegans are way healthier than everybody else. Everybody knows this. When vegans get approved for premiums and life insurance faster than everybody.
And my rebuttal, but not really a rebuttal. It's a rebuttal, but not really. Like you saying that, like for instance, like if you look at my thumbnail picture, you know, you see me with the muscles or whatever, but that's like saying, you know what I'm saying, that's basically like saying, well, you know, muscular dudes, they just, you know what I'm saying, they just overdo it. But the people that look like that is because they don't really know what they're doing, and they just be overdoing it. Like the dudes that lift too many weights and do too many supplements, and the next thing you know, they be, you know, having heart attacks, or their muscles, you know, they look like rocks and stuff, and they have to get all these surgeries. It's the same way. So if you're taking care of yourself the right way, you'll look good for the way that you're supposed to be taking care of yourself.
A lot of these vegans that you know are vegans because of animals. I'm not a vegan because of an animal. I'm vegan because the body's not designed to eat meat. It's not designed to eat at all. Especially not raw meat. So that's how you're supposed to eat it if you actually carnivorous. You don't have no teeth that can chew the raw meat. The body's not designed for that at all. That's a fact.
I believe that, but you know, it reminds me of just evolution in a way to where the society we live in now, where there's McDonald's on every corner. It's not that your body was originally designed for that. It's just that it, like homeostasis, it adapted to that over time. So it can literally cause somebody to get sick by just cold turkey eating what they're supposed to eat.
With that adaptation, children have had cancer at an alarming rate for the last 15, 20 years. That's been increasing. So are we adapting, or the body just shutting down because we're convincing it to die because we keep eating death and not eating things that are alive?
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Through epigenetics, generation and generation and generation of eating a cow that we're eating the cow because the cow has so many proteins. Okay, great. So if it has so many proteins, where's the cow getting it from? Oh, dang, you know what? It eats grass. It's vegan. Isn't that interesting? So you get your nutrients from a vegan. Biggest animal on the planet, on land, vegan. Strongest, vegan, gorilla. Elephant, biggest, vegan. You can go on and on. Animal that lives the longest, turtle, vegan. I'm sort of tortoise, vegan. But we just call him vegan. Which is just a plant eater.
Isn't a gorilla vegan?
Yeah, that's what I said. Vegan.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, speaking of animals, I just want to say this real quick because on the last podcast, somebody tried to shut me down by saying that does that mean a lion is gay? I'm going to tell you there's homosexuality in the animal kingdom. It's so random. Whoever that's for, they don't get it.
What?
Wait, say that again.
What? What'd you say? Did you finish? That was it?
No, I was just saying.
Huh?
No, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. All right, go ahead. You weren't finished. That was...
Forget it. Forget about it.
No. Say what you were saying. You were kind of cutting off just a tad bit, but what I heard is you said something about animals. Somebody cut you off, and you said that there's homosexuality in the animal kingdom or something like that.
Okay, so on the last conversation, I just want to say, speaking of animals, it just reminded me of something that happened on his last show. Somebody wrote in the comments to discredit me. Does that mean that a lion in the jungle is gay? And I just wanted to let her know that yes, there's homosexuality in the animal kingdom, believe it or not. Because somebody thought they were, giving me an uppercut.
Listen. I'm trying to get you to understand that that's not possible. No homosexuality at all in the animal kingdom.
Say that again. Wait, say that again, Noble. I'm sorry, you kind of breaking up a little bit.
lions, fucking monkeys.
Animal. They may or may not have. They're not trying to mate with the same sex. They're only trying to mate. So it's not. First of all, homo means man. It doesn't mean same. That's the first part. Then sex in the word, is it a verb or is it a noun? It's not a real word. It's fake.
A verb.
Right. So man sex. So what does man mean? Man means male and female. Right? Doesn't that include it? And actually, in its etymology, the word man means thought or to think. That's what it actually means. It's a fake word. It's not real. That's why in the Bible and then back in the day, for 60 something, you had to explain what the shit was because there's no word for it. It's fake. It definitely wasn't in nature. They're not trying to fuck each other because, oh, I recognize I'm a female and I'm a dyke now. And I'm a gay girl squirrel. I don't want to fuck another gay girl squirrel.
Let me tell you this, buddy.
That's not real.
I would like you to look it up. Hey, buddy, I just want
you want me to look up?
And
I've looked it up 15 years ago. It's not real.
Hold on, first of all.
Yeah, but I've done this research 15 years ago. It's not real.
Oh, okay. Well, anybody else who's interested, just go ahead and look up homosexuality. Just go ahead and get you a list. Make sure you're not clicking on anything weird. Just, look for the facts.
Right.
But yeah, with words and things like that, I'm not really used to just being so meticulous with my words because I'm just going to speak from my honest opinion from where I'm at currently. I can go and do the etymology of things, and I will do that because I think that's very interesting. I watched a little bit of your program on syntax and things like that, the etymology and syntax and something else. So I do know a little bit about that. I've been educated about that, and I'll just have to be more diligent in doing that. But in the meantime, we're having a real conversation, so I don't like to be held to, a standard of how the fuck I'm going to talk.
Okay. All right. Well, let's even that. Why? Why wouldn't you want to be held to a standard?
Because I don't, I'm not privy to that yet. I haven't looked into the etymology of certain words that I will be using on repeat.
How do you meet a standard if you don't stand on it?
I guess that's where we are now,
There we go. So it's best to not run from the standard. You've been held to it so you can become privy to it. First part of privy is PRI, right? And that means first. So you have to deal with the standard first. You got to stay in it, not run off.
You on to something.
Yeah. Oh, you build the tolerance for the heat in the kitchen by staying in the kitchen. You don't run from it and get better. You don't learn how to cook outside on the corner, fixing the car tire. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're getting somewhere.
But yeah, so the current conversation just on health, I feel like this all starts from just the family, just going to cookouts and everything is an eating occasion. You graduate, you get a birthday cake. It's your birthday, you get a birthday cake. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been conditioned that celebration includes food.
Yes, that's true. And we learn to associate food to entertainment and reward, and that's not it. We learn to eat food and not nourish our bodies with nutrients. Drink that water, you shoot yourself. Poor thing.
I would hate to be a kid at your house. Do you only have water?
Do I only have water?
Mm-hmm.
No. How would you hate to be a child and then have to ask me what I got?
That's funny. That was funny. Oh goodness. She like.
The thing about being
juice?
vegan. The thing about being vegan is y'all got y'all that eat meat. Y'all got what? About maybe 12 meats that you can eat. Something, maybe 15. We got 4,000 plants we can eat. Got a bigger arsenal than y'all got. Cause y'all got to eat meat.
You can say that, but when you go to your local grocery store, what options? You have the same options we have. We just put in ham in the shit.
No, you don't. You don't have the same options we got. Y'all don't even know what the grains are. You're not even aware of it, so you really not an option for you. It's like picking out a brand that you've never seen before.
I do that. That's what I do.
You do
I'm
what?
here to be educated. I have conversation with people, and I might not know what I'm talking about, but I can learn from each other. I'm smart too. Shit. Sometimes.
Well. Yeah, so juice is vegan though, right? And tea. And smoothies. I was making sure we knew these. And we got milk too. We got more. It's rice milk, it's hemp milk, almond milk, cashew milk. We got more milk than y'all. Y'all got cow milk. You got slim, 2%, something like that. We got more than y'all. That's what's beautiful.
The battle of the quantities.
And quality. Almond milk has, I think it's 43% more calcium than cow milk, or 400, one of them two. And then hemp is off the chain. It's out of control. Health starts with each person by the mindset of the mother and whoever is around the child the most. And if their concept of health is what can I get away with, or what feel good, or how many commercials I've seen, then that child is doomed. If I'm tired of hearing a baby cry, let me put a bottle in their mouth, then that child is doomed. That's their health plan. I don't want the baby to cry. Take this bottle. That doesn't help the child be healthy. You know what I mean?
That's true. And I definitely have to side with you about the almond milk thing. Like during my real serious training years of lifting weights and stuff like that. When I started, I heard somebody say something about almond milk, and I'm like, that's BS or whatever. But then I started hearing, I started hearing, I don't know if it was Facebook. I don't think it was YouTube at the time because I wasn't real heavy on YouTube like that. It may have been Facebook, but then one of the ads for Dr. Sebi came up randomly out of nowhere, because you know how these based on what you look up, ads and stuff come up or whatever. He started talking about mucus, and then he started talking about milk, and then he started talking about a whole lot of other stuff. And so in my mind, even before I heard that little segment that he did, I respected Dr. Sebi, but in my deep subconscious mind, I'm like, this man is full of nonsense. So one day I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go get some almond milk, and I'm gonna try it out for 30 days. And like, when I tell you, like, I never really been a person that was like real mucusy or whatever, but I could definitely tell that my breathing was better. I could definitely tell that my digestion and metabolism was better. I could definitely tell that the healing process, when the recovery process after lifting weight became exponentially faster. And then I went crazy and started doing 2 workouts a day. So I'm like, as far as the options of milk, vegans definitely are winning in that category. For sure.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's like a lot of people's concepts of like people I've helped. I got a friend. He started a vegan channel. He got like 50,000 subscribers. He started it like years ago. I educated him. Another dude. He was a personal trainer. But for then, man, that boy is ripped. He's like a damn freaking vegan. Like our stuff, my stuff, every time, mine's based off results. It's not a theory. I put it to the test. I know it works. My son, he grew up on breast milk and hemp milk, homemade hemp milk. Until it alienated me and all the other stuff that he got. Just for stuff, then when she obese, her whole family, and they are
I'm sorry, no, you kind of breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in the store. Did you drink water? Can you hear me now?
Okay, gotcha. I hear you.
Yeah. So with age and everything, started getting sick for the first time. But our results is based on my understanding of people who are vegan. They automatically know the parity is the systemic
It's breaking up again.
The grocery
I think that store probably got some super steel walls.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's cool. He'll probably come back in. Jalen, you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I wanted to say that the best thing I would say is, like you were talking about the almond milk. I think it's water. I literally did an experiment, and it's sad that it's an experiment because we should drink water every day, but I just felt dehydrated, So I was just like, I'm gonna drink water every day, and I was drinking anywhere from 32 ounces to 64 ounces a day, and it just made me feel better. Like mentally, I was clear. I could think and process. I just felt good, and everything was funny to me, and it's like literally funny. And I think that me being dehydrated like fucked with my sense of humor in a weird way.
What state do you live in?
In Indiana.
Okay. The funny thing about water in general, so I'm born and raised in Greenville, South Carolina. It's humid down there. So, when you sweat, of course, you can see it on your skin, your pores. And you can also see it through your clothes too, if if you're out in the heat and sweating going on. The funny thing is, see, I live in Arizona, so
Do you hear me now?
I can hear you, Noble, but I think it's still kind of breaking up a little bit. Yeah, we'll keep it going till he gets it right. But you definitely have to drink water in the desert because you don't sweat because it's dry heat. And the fact that it's it's springtime, summertime. Well, it's never really springtime over here. It's like hot and cold. If you don't drink water over here in the desert, that's literally almost a death sentence because at least when you sweat, when you perspire, you kind of get a sense because you can actually see the water on your pores. You kind of get a sense, okay, you're like, I need to drink water, right? So imagine you just going on a walk and you feel fine, you feel fine, you feel fine because if there's dry heat, there's not really that much precipitation, there's not really that much humidity in the air. When you're walking in the sun, it's literally baking you. So you might, there are